If he's on a min deal, how about a return to the Golden State Warriors for Boogie?
Ooh. Yeah, that's interesting. Or the Lakers.
Or the Lakers. Hell yeah.
So let's actually use that as a jumping off point, because free agency isn't over. This market and sign and trade should be a reminder that there are still some potentially productive players out there on the market. However, I mean, he was the last big domino to fall. It is getting barren after this. Who are some of the guys out there, Mort, that you are keeping an eye on as we, the calendar flips towards September and training camp starts in a few weeks?
Well, Hartenstein, as I brought up, it wasn't even a joke. I think he's objectively good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I was kidding a little bit about him in Brooklyn because I don't think he would get just a ton of minutes. Or hell, maybe he would if there's truth to the matter that DeAndre Jordan wants out. So I guess we'll see. But Hartenstein to me is extremely intriguing. And I'm actually a little bit blown away that we're sitting here, what is it, August 28th, and we haven't seen any movement on it. Like, we have not seen anything. August 28th. Oh my God. Well, so side note, I need to remind myself to buy my wife something nice because it's our 17th anniversary.
Today?
Yeah. Oh my God. All right. I am so bad at that. All right.
1 year. I'm going to start setting it in my calendar because I feel like this happens every year. And you're like, oh,
it does.
It was an anniversary like 5 days ago.
Well, not a wedding anniversary, dating.
Oh,
anniversary.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay. That's good.
I think that's okay. And after 17 years, I think we've just stumbled into this this mentality of just everyday life. All right.
Yeah.
No, but 28th here. How is our Isaiah Hartenstein still on the market is what I'm wondering. He is, let me just look up his numbers and his age, because I'm sure I'm thinking he's 23, right?
Yes.
23. Yes.
Yeah.
23. So he and this was from Cleveland last year, where he actually got a chance to play 18 minutes per game. It was over 8 points per game, 6 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 1.2 blocks, 58% from the field, 33 from three. Like, he's just all around so decent. Like, he's not someone who's going to overwhelm you. He's not someone who's going to come in and start and play 35 minutes. Mm-hmm. But for a guy who will presumably come for maybe a little over the min, or hell, maybe even the minimum, because the money has dried up, that's a good ass guy to get in, even if it's on a 1-year deal. Like, you shouldn't care. That's quality if he's a third stringer, or even if he's a second stringer. So I have him very high on that list. Isaiah Hartenstein.
Yeah, he'd be the type of guy that OKC should be going after, or just any rebuilding team.
That's a good one, like the Moses Brown replacement player.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I like that. That's really good. Yes, very, very solid choice.
Yeah, I knew you were going to go with Hartenstein. I will say, I think the biggest names left. One of them is
a good way of phrasing it.
Yeah, one of them is Paul Millsap.
Yeah.
The other is probably JJ Redick. Friend of the podcast, Jake Fisher of Bleacher Report, just wrote about both of those guys. It was earlier this week, although I don't know, time does not exist when you have an infant anymore.
Right.
Millsap, he says he has fans across the league, but conversations with teams this summer have revolved around salary figures at or near the $5.9 million taxpayer mid-level exception. So I think that's probably explains why he hasn't found a home yet, because he's at the age where typically you'd expect him to be settling for a min deal to go ring chase and join a championship contender. I don't know if he's going to find a full, maybe he does, but at this point, I don't know which contenders even have the full taxpayer mid-level exception. I want to say it's like, Golden State still does, right?
Well, if they do, I don't remember who they. If they didn't, I should say I don't remember who they spent it on. So I would assume so.
Right, but I mean the tax consideration.
I was about to say that's what $5.9 million. That's going to be like $20 million in or hell, even more.
Probably
actually.
more. Yeah. So I think
penalty.
That's probably part of it. I think the Suns have part of theirs because I want to say they used about half of it on JaVale McGee, and he would actually make a lot of sense with the Suns, I would argue.
Mm-hmm.
But like the Lakers used theirs on Nunn. The Clippers used most of theirs on Justice Winslow. The Sixers used a lot of theirs on Niang. The Bucks, I think, used most of theirs on George Hill, if I remember correctly. The Nets used theirs on Patty Mills. The Jazz used theirs on Rudy Gay. So it's going to be hard for him to find that offer from a legit contender.
Well, yeah. That said, we should consider TPEs.
That's fair.
Because you can actually use sign and trades in TPEs. You can absorb a player who's signed and traded into your TPE. I wonder though if the Nuggets, did they renounce him?
I don't remember hearing if they did, and I don't know why they would have.
Right. I mean, but if they did, that obviously takes that option out off the table unless they would have to dip into some sort of no, wow, his cap hold is still there? Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't see why not.
Yep. All right. Well, I mean, why not? That's something that could happen. I mean, who has which contender out there has a decent TP of like, I don't know, 3 million, 4 million?
Sixers have 8 million that's expiring in about 2 weeks, but I've heard rumblings they are eyeing Rajon Rondo with that.
Okay.
Yeah. I know.
Condolences first. But yeah, that's not fantastic. But like that's I think we could look at a situation like that. We've seen how sign and trades have become back in vogue. I mean, Wolves even like have I think 4-point-something million from Daniel Tice.
Oh, it looks like Clippers have 8.25 from Rondo. So yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah.
Lakers do not. Celtics use theirs on Schroeder, but Lord knows they created another. Oh, they actually have 2 from Tristan Thompson and Evan Fournier and Kemba. Wow, yeah. So Celtics could do it, and he'd actually be a good fit there.
He would.
I don't know if they have a roster spot.
Now I'm just thinking a little bit ahead, right? Remember when I said that the Bulls could package Derrick Jones Jr. in a first to upgrade somewhere else?
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's assume they did that, not necessarily for a backup 4, and then they just signed Millsap into a sign and trade for the TPE. Then you could reroute Derrick Jones Jr., Kobe White, or like a pick for something really good elsewhere on the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Then you'd suddenly have something. Oh man, this is intriguing. Millsap I think could be a not a huge domino, but like if he signs somewhere with a contender later in the season, so he also has fresh legs.
Yep.
And I know that's what JT Redick is planning. Like he more or less came out and said, I'm not gonna be a training camp.
Yes. Yes. He said that on his podcast. That's in Jake's story as well. He said, I would say pretty much definitively, I won't be in a training camp to start the season. That's not going to happen. So I'll join a team at some point in the season and finish the year and try to go get a chip. One front office executive who spoke with Jake also said that about Millsap. He said, I think he's going to be a minimum or a midseason guy. What's the rush? The money won't get better and he could just pick his team. What if New Orleans is really good come January? What happens when some guy gets hurt and that team starts scrambling for a replacement? So, it sounds like we might not get a resolution to either one of these guys anytime soon, but they will at least be someone to keep in the back of your mind with these trade exceptions, with, whatever portion of your MLE, your favorite team's MLE is left over. Like I know the Sixers still have, I think 2.6 million of theirs left. It's something to keep an eye on for both of these guys. Anyone else stand out to you? There are a couple other names for me that like.
Yeah, I saw your email and I think you've missed the mark on a little bit because like you're going names heavy here. But
it's more like these guys at least deserve a roster spot, although I don't know how much
Right.
they're
But
going to contribute.
where's Mikhailiuk? Where's Sweet?
Is he still? God, he still hasn't signed?
Yeah, he's a
Wow.
UFA now, I think.
Yeah, you're right.
Like
Wow.
that's like he's 24. He's shooting is very high upside. I'm not saying he's not going to cost a whole lot. Like he's solid to bring off the bench as a shooter.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I scrolled far enough down on Spotrac.
Like, and one other player you kind of forgot to bring up, although I will say I'll forgive you for this one because he's technically still a restricted free agent. Jarrett Vanderbilt.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
Again, another guy who once I saw Theo Pinson, I was out. That's where I stopped scrolling down. And Nando Di Colo. No.
Right. Harry Giles is there too. I mean, it's
Norvel Pell, process legend.
Sure. What? No, I'm not going that far.
No.
Ersan Ilyasova is.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's older, but I think he could still do something.
Yeah.
Jeff
the other
Teague,
guys. James Ennis is out there. Wesley Matthews is out there. Dennis Smith Jr., Denzel Valentine.
Troy Daniels.
Oh.
No, but he's a good combo who come in and really light it up.
Wait, Marcus Howard. No, he re-signed. Did he?
That's a very good question. Let me see.
I know. I knew you were about to get very mad if he didn't. He signed a two-way.
Wow, a two-way for Marcus Howard? That seems like cheap.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, there are still some out there. DeMarcus Cousins is still out there. Can he play anymore?
Yeah. Well, Dante Exum, I have the same question.
Yeah.
Avery Bradley.
I would like for the min. I would consider.
Yeah. And same with Aaron Baines if you just need some extra big man depth.
But what about Cousins for the regular season, though? Like, I understand that in the playoffs he'll get exposed, but in the regular season, teams just don't have the time to like go into all these things. Like, he could be a regular season backup center who comes in and feasts for somebody.
Yeah, I'm surprised someone hasn't taken a flyer on him.
Yeah,
despite all of the concern. Maybe bring him back to New Orleans. A Boogie Zion front court?
No. I think I have it. Boogie should go to Utah as a second, as a backup center.
They have Hassan Whiteside now, though.
Oh crap! Did he signed there? Didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, all right, fair enough. But see,
third center.
Damn it! Yeah, no, no, that would be. Damn it! See, no, but I would have loved that because Hassan is not an offensive-minded center. Boogie is, and like we know that Utah on occasion could struggle to get some offense going in the second unit. At the very least, that would have provided them with some flexibility. All right, take Utah off the board, even though I love that fit. Where would Boogie go? Where could DeMarcus Cousins go to just hoop in the regular season? Back up, like getting 18 minutes per game, whatever. Where would he be fun?
He is not at all a Masai Ujiri player, but Toronto could use some extra front court depth.
They could, because they are not keeping around Aaron Baines, right?
He's still a free agent. They re-signed Kem Birch. They have Chris Boucher. Can maybe think about some short-term Pascal Siakam at the 5 minutes, but I don't think you want to rely on Precious Achua or Scotty Barnes as small ball fives. So yeah, they could especially if one of those, if Boucher or Birch got hurt.
Right.
You could just use like the third string break glass in case of emergency.
If he's on a min deal, how about a return to the Golden State Warriors for Boogie?
Ooh. Yeah, that's interesting. Or the Lakers.
Or the Lakers. Hell yeah. He's over 30, so he'd qualify.
Right, exactly. I mean, they have Gasol and Dwight already.
Yeah.
And like AD at some point will hopefully start playing center a little more. But yeah, I mean,
No. Sorry. I have it because they have a glaring hole at center.
Okay. Who?
Charlotte Hornets.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the Nets.
No, like that's too many shot takers and all that. No, but the Hornets. I mean, right now they're projected to start Mason Plumlee.
Yeah.
Just like, all right, that's fine. But after that, it's Vernon Carey Jr., who barely played. I mean, getting
Kai Jones is there.
Kai Jones was a rookie, but like you can throw DeMarcus in there as a 15-minute player. Just go get us buckets in the half court or take some threes, whatever. Just get points and get rebounds for the short amount of minutes you're in there. Produce. And then we can sort of maybe stay level. And then we bring LaMelo and the rest of the gang in to play and wrap out games.
It looks like, I don't know if they have a roster spot.
That would be an issue, right?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Can you sign Boogie to a two-way?
So this is the most depressing thing. They already have two ways.
No.
Oh, damn it. All right. Well, I mean, then move some stuff around. Do you really need like Wesley Uondo? I mean, Cody Martin?
Wait,
no.
What about Miami?
Oh, Brian, that is interesting. Yeah. Okay, I don't know if he's Heat culture, but I mean,
no, very much not Heat culture.
No, but you're right. Like off the bench, it's Dwayne Dedman at the backup center.
Or I mean, you're at 7, who I can only hope is on a two-way, but no, it looks like they have him on a fully guaranteed deal. Or Haslam will maybe get his token 3 minutes per season.
Oh God.
But yeah,
that is such a wasted roster spot. I don't know. Like, all right, I'm like, can I just take a minute here? Why the hell? I understand they want to keep him on and all that, and that's admirable. I love that, but why on an active playing roster? Just give him the freaking assistant coach label already.